Welcome to Biz Alchemy, a podcast about creating a new business paradigm by women, for women. I'm your alchemical host, Jacquelyn, and I'm going to take you on an extraordinary adventure to create a business filled with ease, fun, spaciousness, and abundance. Hustle, be gone. Let's birth a new way. Hello, and welcome to this exciting week. I don't know why it's an exciting week, but I have this excitement in me this morning. It's been building all morning, and I'm not sure why. I have 2 new events this week, free events that I'm excited about. I'll talk more about those later. Why else? I don't know. I haven't moved. I'm still in Echoes because my friend still recovering from COVID, the friend I was moving in with. So I'm still camping in my old studio. I will be moving though on Thursday once I've completed my play shop. So why am I excited? Don't know, but I'm just riding the energy. There is definitely something energetically shifting and sort of cracking open for me. Maybe it's the Uranus North Node Mars conjunction, which is happening right now as around the time I'm recording this, like that's the peak of it. Maybe it's that, don't know. But anyway, I hope that some of my excitement comes through to you, infuses your week, and brings you the adventure that I feel like is going to be in my week this week. Now, here's another reason to be excited. This is episode 85. Now, you might go, 85, so what? But for me, they're powerful numbers because the 8 and the 5, that's my birthday. My birthday's the 8th of May. So as long as you're anywhere else in the world except for North America, my birthday's the 8th of the 5th. So as soon as I wrote down episode 85, I went, oh, that feels exciting. So there's another reason to celebrate. Now, today's topic has actually been on my list of proposed podcast topics for ages. Now and again, when I get inspiration, I just pop it on the list. Then if it gets to a week where I'm just not sure what I want to talk about, I'll just scan the list and see what speaks to me. So I've had this topic, doing business from the inside out, not the outside in. I wrote it months and months ago, but it just hasn't been the right time. And yesterday I had a conversation with a dear friend who I catch up with once or twice a week, and we do the lighthouse walk together, and we were chatting and she made a comment. Now I'll come back to this later on. I won't talk about it just now, but she made a comment which actually brought this topic to my mind. And I thought, okay, time to talk about that. And then also I was watching a video on YouTube yesterday, and the person I was watching mentioned living life from the inside out, not the outside in. And I went, okay, that's 2 messages. I'm receiving them. I will speak on that. So that's how today's topic came about. But also it is so relevant to the topic of my play shop this week. Your Biz, Your Rules, 5 steps to developing an intuitively led business. Because this is what doing business from the inside out is. Basically, bottom line, it's about using your intuition as your guide in business rather than the external world guiding you as to how you show up in business, the choices you make in business. Now, if you've not yet registered for my play shop, it's on this Thursday, the 4th of August at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, the 3rd. It is in the middle of the night if you're in Europe, but register for the event. The link's in the show notes, or go to my website, jacquelynatkins.com. Register and you will get the replay within a couple of hours of us completing. In fact, it'll definitely be within a couple of hours because then I will be making my move to my new home. So I'll be off the play shop, getting that video uploaded, getting it sent out to you, and then I'm moving. So I can guarantee you if you're in Europe, it'll be in your inbox when you wake up. This is going to be a really, really fun experience. That's probably part of my excitement because it just feels new. I've never offered this before. I've never done it in the format that I'm going to use, whatever that is. I haven't decided. I'll work on that on Wednesday. But I have a sense of what it's about, of course. And we'll be interacting a lot, and it will really help you tap into your intuition and be able to access that in the choices you're making in your business. It's quite interesting, actually, because I recently had another human design session with Anita Keene. Now, you may have heard my podcast episode with her. I spoke with her in episode 62 about human design and business and your prosperity pathway. And I just had this urge a month or two ago. It was actually when I had the inspiration to do the Illuminate Your Soul Path session. And I remembered something Anita had told me a long time ago in a session with her about me being like a lighthouse and illuminating people's soul paths, hence the name of the session. And so when this came in again, like, okay, I'm going to offer this session, and I thought I really would love to have another session with Anita. So I had one a couple of weeks ago. And there were a couple of things she said to me in that, she was repeating probably a lot of what she'd said before in the session because my human design hasn't actually changed. But I heard things from a new perspective and I picked up new things, which is why it's always good to have repeat sessions sometimes because you're at a different level. I'm a different person now to a couple of years ago. So I hear things in a different way. And something she said is that as part of my design and what I'm here to do is that I attract people who want direction for their inner truth, or they might even feel lost or dislocated from their purpose. And as I was listening to the session again and writing some notes, that really stood out for me. And in many ways, that is tied in to exactly what I'm sharing with you in the Play Shop. In fact, it's what I share with you all the time because, even when I talk about attracting in your ideal client and it's all about your energy and having your energy aligned so that you're radiating your true light so that people are attracted to you, all of that is actually assisting you to tap into your inner truth, to tap into your intuition and allow that to be your guide. And this is exactly what doing business from the inside out is, because the more connected you are with your inner truth, with your intuition, the more aligned and empowered your business will be. So that business will then take you down the road that supports your life mission. And at the end of the day, that's why we're in business. Because you know deep inside that you are here for some sort of purpose. You may not know what that purpose is, and there's a whole other topic because sometimes I think it's really about simply the way you are living your life and the way you are showing up authentically and sharing who you are, and that's your purpose rather than a destination as such. But you feel that, even as I say that, you feel that. I'm sure you feel it or you wouldn't be listening to me. And so a part of creating your business, of connecting with this energetic entity as a way for you to share your gifts, well, that's it. You've connected with it as a way for you to share your gifts. And it's not just about making money, maybe becoming famous or well known for what you do. It's not about the external. Sure, that plays a role, but it's about the internal. It's about the inner knowing. I am here to play a part in what is going on in this planet right now, and I have gifts to share around that. And a business is a portal for me to do that. And what I, Jacquelyn Atkins, am here to do is to support you in that. That's my soul mission. Now, the thing is, going back to the title of today's episode, we've been educated to hand over our power to others. That's our education system. It happens. It's with our entire life, we have been trained to hand our power over. How many years do you go to school? 14 years? Might be more, I don't know. Something like that, a long time. And we are trained that entire time as we develop into adulthood to hand over our power, to allow a teacher to tell us what is right or wrong based on the education system and what that has told that teacher to tell us. We are taught to seek approval from the outside. You've got that right, you've got that wrong. Oh, well done you. Gold star, top of the class, 100%. We are seeking external validation always through our education system. So we've been educated that way. It's like we've spent a lifetime learning the correct way to do something and then applying that, making us good little citizens, okay? Contributors to this society. We've been taught that. This is living life from the outside in. Even though inside there could be a part of us going, but I don't think that's the case. I don't agree with that. I have this other opinion. I have this other point of view. It's like, no, cross, no, 1%. If it's not aligned with the system, if you like, well, no, invalid. So here we go into business, and of course we apply the principles that we've been raised on, seeking external validation. Looking for what's accepted externally and then learning that and then applying it. And this gives precedence to our inner voice that might go, oh, I don't like this. This doesn't feel right. Why am I doing it this way? But I've got to do it this way because I want to get it right. So I've got to do it this way because if I want to have a successful business, this is how it's got to be done. So you know what this does? You know what this education that we've had throughout our life does? And this story, I guess, that we carry does, it blocks our creativity. It blocks our adventure. It blocks our experimenting. Rote learning and regurgitating to give a true answer blocks our ability to play and try new things. Not with an outcome of success always, but just as an experiment. I wonder what will happen if I do it this way. Now, listening to and following our intuition actually goes hand in hand with creativity. And I just want to say something. See how this lands for you. There is no perfection in creativity. It really is play. And it's the experience, it's the flow of that energy. In fact, that's the perfection, not the outcome. So imagine doing business this way. Well, it's how I do business. And this is actually what I will be talking about in the Play Shop. Gosh, haven't always done business this way. And certainly if I'd have been in this sort of business 10, 15 years ago, there is no way I could have done it this way. I was such a perfectionist in so many parts of my life. I had to get it right. I had to get external validation. Like the way I show up in my business now is very, very different from the way I have been in the past in jobs that I've had, my career. It's very, very different. I've had to shed a lot to reach this place. And I'm still learning. I still pick myself up, catch myself, aiming for perfectionism, shall we say. But my intuitive voice is pretty loud now. So it picks me up as soon as I'm doing that. So it's a blessing. Now, I just thought I'd have a bit of fun. So I'm going to share with you 3 signs that you're doing business from the outside in rather than the inside out. Now, I just quickly came up with these off the top of my head. I haven't put any thought into this before, but, we always like having 3 signs for something or 5 reasons for something or whatever it is, aren't we? So I'm going to give you 3 signs. I'm sure there are more. First one, FOMO, fear of missing out. When that is happening, you are definitely doing business or life from the outside in. So if you actually find yourself in a little bit of FOMO, stop, go within. Just think about it. Just why? Why am I feeling some sort of, why am I feeling like I'm going to miss out if I don't do this thing? Where is that coming from? Guaranteed, it is not coming from your intuitive voice. It's coming from your mind. It's coming from a mental construct. It's coming from a story. And as I say that, I'm wondering if part of the reason that I can listen so much more to my intuitive voice now is that I haven't been on social media for 18 months. I don't get FOMO anymore because I have no friggin' idea of what's out there, which sometimes can be a little bit of a problem when I think, oh, I'd love to have someone to help me with this. Gosh, now I'm not in any Facebook groups. I sort of can't ask. I don't know where to go with this. So that's one side of it. But I'm not being distracted by other things. I'm not being pulled off my path. So I'm just constantly coming back into me. What feels right? Where's my guidance taking me? So just be aware. No judgment of yourself, but just be aware. If you see yourself experiencing a bit of FOMO, come back into your intuitive voice. Just like, aha, here I am doing business from the outside in. Now, a second sign you could be doing business from the outside in is almost like a paralysis on taking action, avoiding action. And perfectionism ties in here as well. So you might have this inner voice coming up going, oh, do this would be fun. And suddenly the mind takes control and goes, oh, hang on. No, you don't know how to do that. You need to go and do a course on that. What if you get it wrong? This could ruin your business if you get it wrong. The mind will come in with all these stories. And so you'll go, oh, okay, I won't do that yet. I'll complete the course, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And then maybe I'll just do a trial with a little private group. And you know what I mean? This goes on. And for those of you who've been listening to me long enough, you will know now I do not do that. Like I got this inspiration. Oh, I think I'll go live on YouTube. I was watching someone else's YouTube live and just went, oh, I could do that. I could do every week what I'm offering on Insight Timer. I could do it live on my own YouTube channel as well. Why not? That way, all of my audience can come, whether they're on Insight Timer or not. We can still interact. They'll get a recording because YouTube holds the replay so they can go back to it. If they can't be there live, they can still watch it. I can promote. I can talk about what I'm offering, which I can't do on Insight Timer. And it just dropped in. I had no idea how to do it. Didn't even know. It hadn't been on my YouTube channel for such a long time. My podcasts get uploaded there, but that's automatic. I have not been on that channel or done anything for a couple of years. So I just went on and looked up, can I do a live? Oh, I can. Yeah, okay, that's quite good. I'll try that. And then I went, oh, okay, I can schedule this. Let me do it. Let's make a thumbnail. Quickly did a thumbnail, boom, scheduled it. So I'm doing it today, actually, at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And only yesterday did I look up a video on how to do a live on YouTube and sort of listen to this guy and went, okay, that's all the stuff I've done. All I've got to do is press that button. I should be good to go. So that's it. I'm doing it. And I think this is a part of my excitement this morning as well, because I think that this is actually going to open up a whole new something for me. I don't know what it is, but it's going to open up something new. I can feel it. And I feel really excited about it because I love the interaction that lives give me. And I have missed that from Facebook, from coming off Facebook. I love it. I love getting it on Insight Timer, but I'm still constrained because it's another platform and I have to be careful what I say. And as I said, I'm not allowed to promote, so I can't even just talk about something that's mine off the Insight Timer, so there's a little bit of restriction there, which Jacquelyn doesn't always like restriction. So doing this on my YouTube channel overcomes it. Now, it may not work. It might be a complete flop when I do it today, but I don't care because I will learn something from it. And then next week I'm going to come back and I'm going to try it again. So please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can just go to youtube.com/Jacquelyn Atkins, subscribe, come along to the live if you can. I'm going to be doing these every week, the same topic that I'm doing on Insight Timer that week. So each week's a different chakra, looking at different business chakra. I chat a bit about it, and then we do a meditation together. It'll be about 45 minutes. I would love to have you there. Anyway, that was a little aside, but I'm just using that as an example of this paralysis where we don't listen to our intuitive voice. We do not do business from the inside out because our outside in is so strong that we squash down those urges, those inspirations, that creative energy that comes through. Now, the third sign I came up with is, and I've mentioned this already really, but is this seeking outside approval, seeking confirmation. And again, this comes from the way we've been educated, where we turn to the authority figure, the teacher, to approve what we've done, to approve our knowledge, to approve everything really. We carry this over then into the business world, where we go to colleagues, we go to coaches or mentors, to validate our ideas, our inspiration, the creativity that's coming through us. This can be supportive. For sure, this can be supportive. But it's very important to have discernment around this and recognize, are you doing it because you require that validation based on that old programming of your education? You require that validation to make a decision around your business, to make a change in your business. You are doing business from the outside in. Now, before I finish up, I do want to share the little story with my friend that my friend shared with me yesterday. Well, actually, all she did is share a statement with me, but it got me thinking. She does private teaching in ceramics, and she has a couple of people come over once a week, but she's a beautiful ceramicist. And she was talking about one of the ladies who has a big business, a successful business. I can't actually remember what it is, more a traditional type of business. But my friend said to me one thing, my friend just said, there's one statement that irks me. And she said, and this particular person does say it a lot. And she said, whenever I hear this statement, I just cringe. And I thought, what's she going to come out with? And she said, business is business. And as soon as she said it, I went, oh my gosh, how, doesn't that come right from the patriarchal model? Even hearing it made me cringe. And I'm going, oh my God, there's no one in my world who would say that statement. I recognize the statement, but there is no one in my world who would say that. And my friend doesn't know a lot about what I do. She knows a bit, but not a huge amount. But that's what I said to her. I said, wow, that really comes from this patriarchal, very mind-oriented way of being in business. And then I just sat and pondered it for a little bit. And I said, you know what it is? I said, it's not only that it's not coming from the heart. What it's saying is, I'm going to put aside my values because this is business. And when it comes to business, my values don't come in, they don't have a role in this. And then that's when I realized this doing business from the inside out. This is when you are doing business in alignment with your values. Now, we each have different values, but what is important to you? If transparency and honesty is important to you, well, you're not going to play those marketing games of hiding your prices, because if you try that, you'll feel icky about it because it's out of alignment with your values. So yes, this doing business from the inside out is about your intuition and that your inner truth, but it's also to do with your values. Your values are really tied in with that. So are you showing up in business in support of your values? It's just a really interesting thing to ponder. And as soon as I got that, I really understood why that statement, business is business, just, grates so much. Because in my world of business, in the world of my tribe, that statement is so false. because our values determine who we are in business. Our values determine our business. And this is tapping into your intuition. This is being in business based on your inner truth. So, if you want to explore this further, come along to my play shop on Thursday. As I said, there is a replay, so if you can't be live, that's okay. You'll get the recording. If you can be live, please do join us because it's going to be so much fun. We are going to have sacredness. We're going to have joy and fun and interaction and connection and share our wisdom and really have a very deep connection with our businesses too. That's something I really feels important as part of this play shop. So it goes for 90 minutes. I'd love to have you there. As I said, the link is in the show notes, or go to my website, jacquelynatkins.com, and you'll see the registration there. This has turned into a very long episode, so thank you for staying with me. And I hope to see you on YouTube today and as well as the play shop on Thursday. I'd love to be hanging out with you this week. Until next time, have an alchemical week in your biz. Thanks for listening to Biz Alchemy. I'm Jacquelyn Atkins. If you'd love to know more about the energy of business, join my newsletter list at jacquelynatkins.com and check out my receiving channel on Patreon at patreon.com/Jacquelyn Atkins. Until next time, enjoy creating alchemy in your biz.